All right, I guess it's time to come clean. Oh, that sucks. You remember John, the helicopter pilot I told you about at the Bartend Ranch in the great state of Arizona? Were we in Arizona or Utah? Utah. I don't know. There's a lot of Mormons around. That's all I remember. And I was getting my ass handed to me constantly. That's all I remember. My Waterloo. Remember? John, the helicopter pilot, seducing my wife right in front of me. It was difficult. But I endured. I suffered that test. Attempting to seduce my wife. Ha! He didn't have a chance. I don't think. I'll have to call Cindy and ask her about that if he actually had a chance. If anything did happen in the helicopter, okay, on their ride down, because Stan and I were in a different one. He probably did. They probably did it right there in the helicopter. He probably put it on autocopter, and then he probably did my wife right there in the helicopter as it was going down into the Grand Canyon. Probably. That's okay, because I was winning in horseshoes against my brother, so I threw the top ringer, so I was good. Even though my wife was probably being seduced in the helicopter. That's okay. Okay. Damn, I just pissed a minute, 30 seconds away in my sick negative fantasy. Woe is me type fantasy. I love those. The woe is me type fantasies. Because it feeds my sick ego, my darkness. Darkness, darkness, be my blanket. Yes. I know it well. I got my turn. Because once we left I'm jumping from Grand Canyon. Oh, now I'm going. Try to keep up with me. So we'd already been to Australia now because I got my turn. It was so beautiful. We were in New Zealand. I think I've touched on this before. They are called kiwis. The fruit is a Nespri, okay? So if you find yourself in New Zealand, there's a Zealand, Michigan. Did you know that? Zealand. I don't think it's spelled the same. I think it has two E's, Z-E-E, I want to say. So there we were. I don't know if it was Christchurch. What was the other one? Sounds like Christchurch, but not. Queenstown. Royalty. You can see how I can confuse the two. Christ, Queen. You know, they're all like purple and shit. Language. Talk about Jesus. You don't be dropping the S-bomb. The S-bomb right behind the baby Jesus. Don't do that, John. I mean, if you're going to do it, like have a 3-sentence partition at least between the word Jesus and the S word. Okay. Man, we're in a 50s diner. We are in an Americana style 50s diner in, let's just say, Christchurch, New Zealand. My mother used to like to say it loud. My mother, New Zealand. Miss, it doesn't matter how you pronounce it, as long as you get your point across to the other person. Snake menu? And we're like, Mom, they draw the vowels out here. It's snack menu. Come on, Mom, you know what this kid's trying. Why are you being such a hard case on this kid? He's a hotel employee, Mom. Stop. Snake menu. God. My mother. Oh, you can ask Cindy about it, too. She enjoyed plucking, too. I get that from her. Oh. Yeah, so there we were, me and Cindy in this 50s diner. And this barfly who owned the place. Oh, no, she was a barfly. It's like judges. You look at that judge and you go, yeah, you were an ambulance chaser, bitch. We both know it. Come on. Come on. Behind that black robe, there's an ambulance chaser. Yeah, she was, I'm sure, like, how she ended up owning the bar, I don't know. She was probably, okay, don't go there now. You just character assassinating. You don't really remember this old hag, except that she was drooling on your lap. Okay? And that's all that really matters in this story, because I'm getting Cindy back for the helicopter pilot. It's a good thing Cindy and I were sitting on one side of the booth, and the proprietor, this bleach blonde barfly, who happened to own the place, came over. Good thing we were on our, and there was a table between us, because I'm telling you, she would have been salivating on my lap. No, and you can ask Cindy about that. Now, I'll just say salivating on my lap, and I'll let you fill in the rest, because I'm a gentleman, damn it. Oh, and she was all over me. I enjoyed that. That's for you, Cindy, and your helicopter pilot. That bastard. And my barfly looked a lot better than your hypocritically bald, round-shouldered, 40-pound overweight little bastard. There, I said it. I had to clear the air on that. I feel better. Yeah, New Zealand. Yeah, 3 of those old women. And Cindy's listening to this right now. She already knows what's coming next. 3 of these Japanese. Oh, yeah, because it's right above Japan's like due north, okay? I guess a couple thousand miles, whatever. A lovely place for the Japanese to tour and visit. I don't know if it was Rotorua. I don't know where I was. Cindy and I were walking. Oh, yes, of course I protect you on the sidewalk. Shut up. Thank God I'm done with online dating. Oh, they put this shit in their blurb. Like one of the things they let, the list, the list. You walk the right, you protect me on the sidewalk. I'm like, shut up. Of course I do. To the point of stepping out into the fucking street so that my wife could remain on the sidewalk and so that those 3 old fucking Japanese bitches could walk abreast. Pride. And I remember stepping off the sidewalk into the street. And they passed us by. And I stepped back onto the sidewalk alongside my wife. And I turned back. And I looked at the 3 backs of their heads of these old women. And I said to myself, never again. I mean, good on that shit, too. I think it was a little old Korean woman. Man, Koreans are pushy. I'm jumping out and I'm going to jump back. I'm jumping out and jump back. So we're on a cruise and we're standing in line and she's like just, giving me flat tires on the back of my shoes. And I didn't even look back. I finally took my elbow and I went, BAM! And I just nailed her right in her chest. I didn't go full force. Come on. She's a little lady, Korean lady. But I just took my elbow and I went, BAM! Like that. And I created social distancing. Just like that. Okay, back to our story, which happened obviously after I stepped off and I vowed to myself never again. See, man, I don't care. I'll eye you down and you're going to fucking move. You're going to give me my place on the sidewalk or I'm coming right into you. We're going to go chest to chest right here because I'm on my side of the sidewalk, bitch. You're going to move over. But see, with a lady, I'm more inclined to defer. But I did not defer to a lady that day. I deferred to a prideful old bitch that was still fighting the war. That we crushed them in. And it was a necessary thing that we did. Dropping those bombs. As much as I dislike it, it was a necessary thing we did. Because sometimes evil only understands evil. It's the only way you're going to get through. It is unfortunate, but it is truthful. Yeah, I looked at the back of that old lady's head, and I said, never again. And I haven't since then. That was 20-some years ago. Now if I'm walking down the street, I try not to put myself on a crowded sidewalk too much, first of all. But if I do, you're going to move. Or we're going to go right there. I don't give a shit anymore. If you're a man, you're going to move. Now, if you're a woman and you're taking up 3 places because you want to walk abreast, guess what? And I've done it. Besides the Korean woman I've told you about, I've done it to both men and women. I'm a rather large man. I fucking clipped them right there, shoulder to shoulder. And they go, boom! And they look at me like I've got 3 eyes. I find that very, very interesting. I do. I find that very, very interesting. That's like a feeble attempt at gaslighting at that point. Again, going back to turning on the lights and catching the mouse eating the crumbs of cheese, crumbs of bread. That's what I've done when I've clipped you like that and bounced you off your stride because you were too fucking prideful to move over 2 steps. And then you look at me like I've got 3 eyes, and I look at you like, fuck you. And I move on. Because that's life on planet Earth, people. For you utopians out there, watch my references. For you utopian lovers out there, what I just described to you is real life. And it's always going to be this way. And if you doubt me on that, go show me a lamb laying down with a lion. Show me. Show me. Show me the fucking lamb laying down with the fucking lion. You ignorant child. Show it to me. You disgust me. You live in your worlds of textbooks and erudite thoughts and wanting it to be this way, and it's not. When your fucking Tesla breaks down or your fucking sink doesn't work, is that textbook gonna know? You know what you're gonna do? You're gonna hire somebody like me, a tradesman, to make your world go smoothly. You get all up in your fucking heads with these erudite blood pressure. I haven't had my morning medicine. These wonderful thoughts of how you wish it could be. Well, it's not. And you can wish it away as much as you want. And it's never going to go away. It's called kill or be killed. This is life on planet Earth. The only tool you've got is him. As I've said in other vignettes, you can walk this path alone. Go for it. You may even do well materially. Or you can walk it with him. I'm walking it with him. And guess what? You're going to move on that sidewalk now. Because I'm going to eye you down until you look down. By the power of the Holy Ghost. When I see you acting a bit of a fool, I certainly will call on that power. To teach you, a 42-year-old, a 38-year-old, 16-year-old in your head. Because you've been allowed to be. Behind your computer screen. You've been allowed to be God. Nay, you've been made to be God. By the smartphone. Man, this girl looked good. Shoo. A lot like Cairo. I'm a man. I'm sorry. You already know I'm shallow. At least I admit it. We'll save the girl in Cairo for another time. Well, I've already talked about that one, but okay, there's another one. I'm in Rotorua, land of the long white cloud. Rotorua, land of the long white cloud. You can smell the sulfur. Ooh, the sulfur pools that well up, the springs. I swam in one. It was wonderful. If you like the smell of rotten eggs. And we're going into this gift shop. And as I'm going in, Paua. That's for you, Poita. Yeah, fuck the Kiwis, Poita. I'm with you on that. You're probably not, but I am. Because I like to create drama and tension. I'm a drama bear, I admit it. Prideful little people, those Kiwis. Oh, they are. Those island nations. There seems to be a running thing with that. I don't know. Anyway. So, where was I? Walk in this gift shop. It's so cute. There's these Austin Healys. These little, they're called minis. Think of the BMW, think of the Fiat 500 that's currently out now. That, the Fiat 500, the little sporty little thing, tiny box. Think about that. Only make it about 5 or 10% smaller. As a car, British made car, Austin Healey Mini. It's about the size of a very large golf cart. Cute little things, coupes. Well, there's a lot of them in Rotorua, man, in New Zealand. They do a lot of, older cars. A lot of Healey's there, a lot of little minis. And they're parked up and down the street and other cars. And I hear it. Oh, I hear it. I think I'm hearing it before I'm going to the gift shop, and I'm hearing it even after I go into the gift shop. I'm still hearing it. Blah, 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 blah. I hear that lope, man. Sorry, I'm getting gone. I hear a car. And it doesn't sound like any cars I've heard since I've been in Australia and New Zealand. Nope. That's General Motors right there. I know that sound. Sure enough. I don't know. 67, 68. I'm not a big car guy. SS Camaro. White with orange racing stripes down the top. Down the middle. Big wide orange racing stripes. Crackers. And it comes just blah, 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 down the street. And the little Austin Healey's, the minis, I swear to God, they were shaking. The cars were shaking. I'll do that sometimes in my GTO. I'll go up in Old Town where the buildings are old and they're vertical and they're close by. I have a supercharger in my GTO, which if I command it to come on and it's not really necessary, it'll come on and then it'll go, well, I don't need it, and it'll spit. It'll get rid of this compressed air. It's like a jack brake on a truck. Knife brake, jack braking, whatever they call it. Air tank bleeding. But it's so powerful, it'll make the windows on the building shake on it. It's an E.F. Hutton commercial. Everybody just stops and looks in my general direction. The car's brazen orange. Yes, I love it. One of my, yeah. So, this Camaro comes down the street. And I swear to goodness, he's lost. The cars are shaking in their parking places. And it gets better. Kind of better. It would have been a lot better had my wife not been with me at the time, but it kind of gets better. I go in the gift shop. Did I mention that I'm shallow? That I like pretty women? Have I mentioned that? Okay, well. I gotta be careful there. Yeah, okay. So, now my wife is with me in this gift shop, okay? So, there's radar. You know that, men. There's a radar beam flowing over you constantly. Checking your position, everything. You're checking your pants. You know what I'm saying? Everything. It's that radar beam just flooding over you. I see this young woman behind the counter. And sometimes life just doesn't make sense. She was Maori. She was in the Maori tribe. full. Lips like you Botox women wish you had. Like some of you African princesses wish you had. Full, but not overblown. Perfectly full lips. Did I mention she was tall? Long, regal face. Of course, jet black hair. Hopefully the wife was over by the postcards or something, I don't know. Because it's one of those moments, I stand there and I look at this vision and I go, I'm in Rotorua at the bottom of the world in a fucking gift shop trying to buy Paua shells, polished nacre, like mother of pearl stuff is popular there, and other things. And I'm looking at this woman that could grace the cover of any woman's magazine on the face of the planet, and certainly any gentleman's club type magazine, if I may say. Any gentleman's magazine. She would certainly be the featured article. Yeah, sometimes I look at life and it just doesn't make sense, and I wonder, how are you? Is she like, she was in her mid-20s? She was no young girl. Mid-20s. I'm like, how do you find yourself here? You're not even in the islands. You're in, well, of course, there's so much Maori influence. You're in New Zealand, which, of course, probably used to be part of your island. I know, the white man cometh. Something wicked this way comes. And sometimes life doesn't make sense. How can I wrap all that drivel up? I can't. Except to say, keep your head on a swivel. As I've said before, look for evil, look for good. Law enforcement calls it situational awareness. Just, look around. Keep your eyes peeled, as my mother would say. Sometimes things come to you, and if you're not ready, or if you're not paying attention, you miss them. Couldn't miss this girl. God bless her. I hope she has had a wonderful life. This was a few years ago. I hope she's having a wonderful life.